Swing and a drive, left field, get up, oh, get out of here, and
Go ahead.
You all right?
No, this fucking. This is gonna be the jankiest episode, and I love it.
Yeah. Let's just start with that, because
Yep.
yeah, I'm running on a cell phone right now because I've lost my laptop charger. We are running the same way the Blue Jays ran today's broadcast, about the ugliest way we possibly can, but we're gonna get it done, I hope.
It's kind of fitting.
Yeah, couldn't have picked a better day to do it. Yeah, welcome back to the Flight Deck podcast. I don't know if I want to say it, but are we back?
Are we B? No, you said it.
Are we
B
Are
word?
we what's the word? Are we John Wick?
So I've been thinking about this the past couple days. The last two games kind of don't fit it
No.
because what's that? 18 runs in 2 games.
18 runs in 2 games.
Pretty good, but I feel like this team's kind of at a crossroads.
Oh, for sure. 1,000% they are.
No, like I'm saying, we've got like a 2-week span here where they either have to decide they're going all in, or you don't have to sell now. You can kind of hang around a little bit, but like if you're going all in, you can't wait till the deadline.
I think you can. I mean, this stretch of the season is real nice. I don't have the teams in front of me right now, but it's like you have the White Sox, then the Tigers, then is it
The White Sox
Pittsburgh?
again.
The
I
White
think.
Sox
White Sox
again.
again, then Pittsburgh, then it's the Orioles, which whatever, and then it's back to somebody else that's garbage. It's the A's in this little run here, and I'm like, you already just dismantled the Tigers today, and that was the only team that was like half decent in this run.
Mm-hmm.
If you can go on it, like as of last night, I don't know what it is after that game, but they were 3.5 games out of a playoff spot. Like, it's tough to sell or plan on selling in May when you're still 3.5 out with 100 to play.
I'm not saying sell, but I think if you're gonna buy, you need to buy now. It can't be like, was it 22 where we didn't have a bullpen for half the season? It was at 21.
21.
21.
And
We didn't have a bullpen for half the season.
Yeah, and they got Richards in.
That caught it, but they made it early. They didn't make it early enough,
Yeah.
and that cost us a playoff spot.
Yeah, I mean, the bullpen needs help. I don't think there's any denying that.
No, I
But
don't think
outside
it's
of that, I don't know where the move is to be made right now, currently in the situation that we're in. Like, if Bo's back to what he's doing before, if Vlad can hit the way he's been hitting the last 2 to 3 weeks, whatever it's been, and then you have Davis and Jano at the top of the lineup, like, I don't know where your hole is right now that you're looking to try and fill that a team is going to be willing to trade with you.
I think you need either a second baseman or third baseman or an outfielder.
And then just have Davis move accordingly.
I don't think you really need Kiermaier in the lineup every day right now. I think you don't need IKF, Biggio, or
Hey, put some respect on IKF's name. That guy hit the shit out of the ball today.
Who's the fucking other one? Clement?
Clement.
I think you can afford having them
one
of them gone or one of them in AAA. I'm at the point where
Ernie's like,
we got 2 years left with this core. I think you said it a couple weeks ago, like Luis Robert.
Sure.
Why not? Ryan McMahon.
Sure.
I think would be an interesting fit. Lefty, power bat, fits in the middle of your lineup, plays a good third base.
Yep.
I don't know what you'd have to give up to get him. He's got a couple years of control. And the other point I want to make, if you make the move now, you're probably giving up a bit more. But if you fall to contention, you can still turn around and flip the guy at the deadline.
Yeah, that's
It's not a good look, but at least you went for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's better than the Angels doing it at the deadline and then losing them for nothing.
Yeah. You can still trade this guy, whoever, but I think we need a bat. I think McMahon is kind of a logical fit.
I hate to say it, but I don't know if the bats are the problem right now. Like, the bats, like the last 6 games, there's only been one game where we scored less than 5 runs.
Do you trust this lineup to keep doing this?
2, sorry. At this point of what I'm seeing, kind of. Like, who's hitting out of their mind right now that you don't think this is sustainable for? Like, Varsho's just kind of doing what he does. Vladdy and Bo are doing what they're supposed to do, and if they can continue to be that, then you expect them to do that. Jano's hitting out of his mind. That's the one guy.
Yeah, Jano is batting at like an 11.
He's probably not going to be a
OPS.
1.046 OPS or whatever it is. Fine.
Do we think Davis is going to stay this hot?
I think he's got like an 800 OPS. It's not like he's like tearing the cover off the ball and doing a whole lot. Like he's just consistently doing it every day.
Davis can live in the mid sevens.
And I think that's fine. I think that's what
fine.
he's doing right now. I think he can continue to be that bat. Maybe he slumps a little bit here and there, but like it's not like this team is all over crushing the ball right now. Like I think it's just kind of you're getting what you're supposed to get from everybody night in and night out, and you still haven't really seen Alejandro Kirk do anything. Like he's still pretty useless off the bench. And then none of your bench guys are really doing anything either. I think like this is a little more sustainable than other things we've seen. But the thing that scares me right now is the fact that I don't trust anyone in that bullpen not named Jimmy Garcia. I'm starting to trust Trevor Richards a little bit, which is asinine to think.
Zach Pop.
Zach Pop maybe, but even I don't trust him that much.
I think that kind of fixes itself. Like you got Chad Green coming back, you got Gariel coming back, you got Bowden coming back. Like I think you trim some of the fat there. Like they were talking about it the other day. I think someone was like,
but who's the fat?
Probably Hennessis.
Okay.
You're not going to lose Mesa because you're not going to both your lefties. Probably Nate and someone else has an option.
So now you're down to say Chad Green. I don't trust Chad Green, if I'm being honest, but say Chad Green comes in and he's a guy you trust. You have Jimmy and Chad Green.
I think you can trust Ariel.
Hopefully. I mean, we haven't seen him as a reliever yet, but what I've seen so far, I would believe, yeah, you would hope. But that's a lot on what we got right now. And like outside of that, it's not the prettiest of things. I think they need help more there than they do anywhere else right now.
Yes, but I'm not trusting this week span you're talking where we've had 5 runs.
It's been a lot. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm saying. Like
the last 10 games they've scored, or before today, the last 10 games they averaged 4.6 runs per game, which is
that's good.
Entire run more
that's good.
Better.
But yeah. What I'm saying is, why not go get a bat, fill the void that you've had in your lineup since the off season? We talked about it when they signed IKF. It was a fine move if he's a bench player. Mm-hmm. Go get the guy. Like Ryan McMahon would fit perfectly.
Or just go get the guy that's sitting in Buffalo tearing the fucking cover off the ball.
That's kind of the thing is I don't know if you need to make the move for the bat when you have the bat sitting there. I don't think you have an arm sitting there that you're like, this guy's going to come in and be, worst case, our setup man.
They clearly feel like Jordan's staying as your closer.
Sure, for sure. I don't think
for right now. I think you've got Jimmy as your setup man. Mm-hmm. They clearly have enough confidence in Bowden, Chad Green, and Yariel to at least somewhat right this ship. And
no, you're right.
Between the 3 of them, honestly, I think you're going to be fine.
I don't personally. I think Chad Green didn't look good when he was here this season. I think Yariel's going to be fine. I don't know if I love Bowden in any sort of role where he's going to matter. Like, when has Bowden pitched an inning out of the pen that was high leverage?
Didn't he throw some decent, not high leverage, but like he had
some
leverage.
Like long relief stuff, yeah. But he never really that's just after Trevor Richards was the opener and he came for 2 or 3 innings and you're not really expected to do anything. This is a spot where you're going to be like, hey, it's a 1-run ball game in the 7th and we need to get this ball to Jimmy. Can you give us an inning? I don't know if Bowden's
I don't think that's him though. I think that's Yariel
right now.
Yariel or Green when they come back.
How far out is Yariel right now? Has he been throwing?
He threw that 16 pitches.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they said he felt good. His pitch count got elevated, so they didn't want to keep pushing him. They wanted him to get an up down, but
okay. Didn't Bowden get his tits lit yesterday or 2 days ago?
Oh, it was 2 1/3, 2 runs. So it's not the worst we've seen with Bowden.
I don't know. I'm just those are 3 names that are also just like lottery tickets. Like we need to hope for. I'm like we have enough of those. I think if you're gonna make a move, you bring in someone that can like confidently go in there and get outs for you. And I think that's where my concern is with this team right now.
Who are you trading for right now that is better than that.
You get Mason Miller.
You jumped the gun real early
Like-
on Mason Miller. He gave up a run today, so maybe his stock's gone down.
His FIP going into today was like a 0.13. It's so fucking goofy with him, dude.
It's insane. Yeah, he gave up his first earned run since game 1 today. Nuts.
I'm just saying, if you're them, I'm trying to make a move and get a bat because I don't see this lineup sustaining this.
I think
But why?
What?
Right,
No,
because it's this
legitimately,
team.
like what?
Because it's this
Sure.
team.
Aside from like what has happened, like what currently is happening that you don't think is sustainable?
Vlad's hitting like 360 or something in the past 2 weeks. That's not sustainable.
But there's noticeable difference in what Vlad's been doing at
Yes.
the plate, like
Yes.
both swing wise and approach wise. And I think
Jano-
that's definitely sustainable.
Jano is not a 1. OPS
He
guy.
might be though.
Varsho is very streaky, I think, and he's on a heater right now, so you ride it, but that can come back to earth.
Mhm.
I don't think Davis Schneider's an 800 OPS guy. I think he's a mid sevens at best. I really hope he proves me wrong, but I think he's a mid
I'm
sevens
pretty
at
sure he's
best.
only. I think he's at like 778 or 780 right now.
Okay.
He was last
That's
night.
fair.
Anyways, I don't know.
Yeah.
But you
I
might
think
be
that's just what he is. I think he's gonna be that.
you might be right. Maybe it's you're probably right. I think Orelvis is a move first, see if it works.
Yeah.
And
Because he just hit his 12th home run today, I think. 12 or 13. Like,
Well, yeah.
but
He's
like
got 2
right
in the last 3
now,
games.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say you're not getting any production, but you're like your third base production is essentially not. It's negligible. Let's call it that.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
that could be an upgrade. We talked about it in our group chat last night. Justin Turner hasn't been good. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. He's been he's been sick. He was apparently hit harder than most of the guys were with that
well,
bug.
yeah, I assumed as much because we were seeing a lot more Daniel Vogelbach than I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, he shit on a ball today though.
he's been shitting on the baseballs lately. So, like,
He's not going to go from having like an 800 OPS last year to being irrelevant this year. Like
650 or whatever
guys
it is
don't
right
fall off that much in 1 year
Yeah.
without something. And like he was unreal until I think he broke his finger or something and played through a broken finger at the end of last year or something. He injured something.
I didn't realize how bad Justin Turner's been.
Bad.
In the
Very
last
bad.
30 games, he's batting 184, 241 on base, and a 301 slug.
It's not good.
That's
what I'm saying. It doesn't help that when you look at like all of what do you call it, Statcast new like bat metrics and all that, he's right down near the bottom of it. He's
as far as
not
speed.
swinging the bat hard. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not swinging the bat hard,
mean,
and he's not hitting the ball
I
well.
don't think he's ever been a guy who swings the bat super hard though. Like that's what I think's misleading with that stat. Like you look at Cody Bellinger last year, he wasn't swinging the bat as hard.
The guy at the bottom of it is Luis Arraez.
That's what I was just gonna say too.
It's not the be all end all, but it for a guy that kind of needs a little bit more pop, it's not ideal for him to be that low.
No, but like I also don't want Stanton, who's like the highest, and he's like over 80 and doesn't have a 2-strike approach or doesn't know how to shorten up. Like it's 100% all the time.
Yeah, and Stan's at 80, and the next highest I think is like 77. Like,
yeah, it's nuts, man.
Fucking goofy.
Nuts. It's more fun.
Another name I mentioned him, like knock on the Cardinals door and see what Nolan Gorman would take. He's having a rough year. He's got a lot of pop. Pretty sure he plays decent defense.
He'll change the scenery.
Change the scenery. He's a toolsy baseball player.
He came up as a third baseman. So like he would be a third baseman if it wasn't for fucking Nolan Arenado. Like
yeah. Now I'm not against it. I don't like him very much. We had this conversation already. But in your scenario here where we're making this move now, I'm not looking to get rid of somebody off of this current roster, I think. Like, I think the pieces that they have that can be huge trade bait right now would obviously be Kikuchi, Jano, and...
I'm not talking about that. I'm saying...
But I think that's kind of where I'm coming from, is like, the move that's got to be made, I don't know who you're using in that trade.
Honestly,
who can you give to the Cardinals?
That's kind of my point, is there are 2 years left in this window. I'm this year is your year. You're either going all in like Anthopoulos did with the core in 2015, or I'm punting on everything and I'm getting rid of Bo, Vlad, Kikuchi, Jano, everything for prospects.
Yeah. I think
I just don't want to be middle of the pack and then
no,
like if you're gonna
sit at
suck,
the
just
end.
suck. Don't be the team,
Don't
the
be
Jays
20.
from the 2000s where you just like ride the entire season at like
Yeah.
81 and 81.
I don't know. I think with this core right now, you kind of have to do that for this season if you're not going to be the team that goes and pushes your way into the playoffs. Because like unless you're trading Bo and Vlad this year, which I just don't see that being a thing. I know the reports are out there, but I don't see them doing it. Then you kind of have to worry about next year too, and maybe putting a competitive team on the field next year, or you're doing it in the offseason where you blow it all up. And at that point this year, you might as well just let it ride and let these guys gain value.
Let's just bring that up. What the fuck is that report?
I don't know, man.
They're open. It was from Mark Feinsand.
Oh.
It was the thing was that like apparently an AL executive said the Jays are open to it, but then you also forget to mention that the Jays have ridiculous prices for them.
Mm-hmm. And they should. And like I think that should be the case with literally any team. It's like, you know what? If you're the Mariners and someone goes, "Hey, we're kind of interested in Julio," you go, "Sure. We want all top 10 of your prospects." And then a roster player.
Mm-hmm.
That's our ask.
And then the thing that made it even funnier was that the BR walk-off page put out like top 10 Vladimir Guerrero Jr. landing spots. And I'm like, maybe 2 of these make sense of your 10. Like
somebody put out a trade like idea.
Was it Goldberg?
Maybe.
Yeah, but it was just
I
like
saw it on the score today.
That he quote tweeted it. I don't know. Basically it was like one number 4 prospect in their system or something like that.
One number 4 prospect and like money. And I'm just
cash.
Like,
oh no, not that
what
one.
are we doing here?
I saw some Toronto reporter put out a tweet. It was through the score. There was an article.
Okay.
And it was two mock trades for each one. It was like a retool trade and a full rebuild trade. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm just saying something's got to give.
No, I get it. I don't think we've reached that point yet, though. It's May.
No,
I think
it's not.
Once the calendar turns to June, I think we can have that conversation where it's like this is where we go. I think once you get through this shit part of like the easy part of this schedule, that's when you kind of look at it and reevaluate and go, well, how did we do? Because if we come through this next, 16, 18 games, and we are
still
14-4 or 13-5, then you're like, well, now you're definitely in this race. If you come out of it and you're 500, maybe you start looking at, well, we can get some value from these guys now.
I'm not saying the sell side. I'm saying I want an addition now, whether it's a Relvis or someone. I'm at the point where, like, screw the farm system, screw Ricky, screw Barriera, screw a Relvis, screw Namala.
Just fuck them all.
Sell them all.
Fuck them kids,
no,
bro.
Literally, sell them all if we can get a competitive team.
Get proven.
Go full on Alex Anthopoulos and go for it.
Sure. Genuinely, this feels like the 2014 team or 2015 pre.
It feels like 2015 pre all the moves.
Pre all the moves.
Like everything's there. We should be good, and it's just not happening.
If I remember correctly, with the Tulo trade, weren't they like 3-4 games under 500 when they they were 500 when they made the deal?
Yeah, like they were like I think it was like 7 or 6 games out of first, and they made up the ground.
Yeah,
came back on it.
Yeah, because they went a 70% win percentage for the rest of the season.
162 games is a long time, man. Like a lot can happen between now and the end of the season.
Yeah.
I think you could be right, Nate. I think I could get on board with you where like, yeah, you can make that move now. I think it's tough right now because of the way things are going to just like add to the lineup that's already now put 36 runs up in the last 6 games. It's kind of tough to make that move, but on the flip side, if you're improving that, then it's huge, and like maybe that'll help it sustain a little longer.
I don't
know. It's a tough one.
The reason I like Gorman and McMahon, I don't think you have to give up one of those big guys. Like maybe it's a Barriera But you're
I do
not
like
giving up one of
McMahon.
the
I'm kind of
you're not giving up one of the top 100 guys.
No, I don't think so.
I like that he's a lefty. Is Gorman a lefty too, I think?
Yes, Gorman
I think
is.
they're both lefties, both power bats. We don't have a power
Both.
middle of the order bat.
Both can play second and third.
Yeah.
Like
I believe both are good defenders.
McMahon is, I know for a
McMahon
fact.
is, yeah.
I don't know about Gorman per se.
I like them. Can you look up the contract on McMahon for me, Connor?
Yes, please.
'Cause I
Or
kinda
yes.
wanna
Why did I
know
say
what's
yes,
left.
please? What
Yes,
the fuck?
please.
Yes, I will do.
Thank you.
Okay.
Because I do like that idea now that you bring it up, because I think the Rockies are definitely a team that would like, they're not going to compete. So I think if you go to them now as opposed to waiting,
I
they'll
think
be
he's got
like, yeah,
about
you know what?
2
There you
years
go.
of control left.
Let's
But
see.
I think you gotta give up more now. But
Sure.
on the flip side of that, you're getting him for longer.
2, 3. McMahon, you got 3 more years of McMahon after this year.
After this year. That's going to be a steep ask.
12 million this year, 12 million next year, and then 16 million in 2026 and 2027.
I don't know how steep
so
that
he's
is. I don't.
contract.
That's not
Yeah,
terribly.
they signed it.
It's not
Like,
that steep.
I thought
Like,
it was
It's
steep-ish.
but I feel like they might also want to get out from under some of that money. They don't seem like they really
Yeah.
want to spend.
Sure.
and they're still paying Chris Bryant's goofy ass.
I mean,
How many years does Chris Bryant have left?
I was
I
going to
think
say, could
6.
you also, I was going to say, could you also take on Bryant to just lower the
You
price?
gotta
But-
be. They gotta be sending money for with Chris Bryant. Like,
Yeah. If they paid some of it and you take on Bryant,
because Chris Bryant
I
is
don't know if I
making.
want that.
I want to know how many
Making-
years it is.
It's
He's making
it's 4 more
around
after
30.
this.
He's making
At
around 30
27
now.
per. So, if you could
If-
get that down to
Could you
like,
maybe move Bryant
like,
next year?
if you could get that to like 13.5 mil a year,
Oh.
I'd look, because Chris Bryant's been mid as hell since getting to Colorado. Like,
That's being generous. I don't.
He
even
could
know.
also be a change of scenery guy. Like
he's
worst case, he's a bench bat.
Yeah.
If that gets the ask down.
Yeah. He's also hasn't been
Well, I would
healthy the
hope.
last 3 years. Like, he's played what, 122? He's played 136 games in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
That's
So maybe if you can get him healthy and off his feet a little more. We're kind of hoping for miracles there, but if it does bring the ask down, you are Rogers. You can put the money towards half his contract for 6 years. I don't know.
he screams
No,
shitty
he only said 4.
4 more
years.
after
Not as
this.
bad.
Like,
Yeah, but that's
4.5.
it's not too bad.
You could also move on him in like 3 or 2 years if you have to. Like, I don't know. Just do the
You
same
could-
thing that Colorado
you
did
could
back
eat
in
half of it and then
Yeah.
or like the Rockies eat half of it, then you eat another half.
Yeah, so you're
and-
paying
and
a
move him
quarter
elsewhere.
of his, yeah, like I think it's possible. It's definitely an out there move, and I don't know if it's worth it, but it's worth a shot. Did
Man,
you also just DFA him?
yeah, but you still are responsible for your
So,
salary.
yeah, you still gotta pay it.
But like,
Even if-
really, what's the difference between like Vogelbach or him, or even like Clement, Biggio, IKF, or him on the bench?
Yeah.
Can we have the conversation that I don't think people want to hear? Ernie's not good. Ernie's not good.
He's not a good bench guy.
His throws from third base give me the
Oh, yeah.
fucking
bad.
ick.
He's not a third baseman. He's not a good third baseman, and I don't love him being on the
Why?
bench because I think he needs at bats to stay in it. But
Why-
he's not good at them right now.
Why is he playing third anytime him and IKF are in the game? IKF has a gold glove over there.
Yeah, I know. I don't really get it. I think the whole narrative surrounding Earn was that he's this premier defender because he was a shortstop,
And he was mashing in spring training.
yeah, so it was like, wow, he can play all these positions, and like, it's true, he can play them, but I don't think he's the best option, which sucks because I do want him to succeed. I don't think he's the guy that gets sent down first. Like,
He should be.
Honestly, in a deal like
Go
that,
first.
he could be part of the package. Like
yeah,
they would need bodies. He's a serviceable player. I think
He's
with
20.
with everyday playing time, I think he could be an average major league player.
He's what, 27, 26?
Something like that.
Like, that's still relatively young.
All I care about is that if we trade Bo and Vlad, we don't do what the Boston Red Sox did.
Oh, and what does Mookie Betts?
I don't want Alex Verdugo, Jeter Downs, and Connor Wong.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. You're kind of hoping you're what the flip side of the Juan Soto trade, almost. Like the first Juan Soto trade, not the second one.
Speaking of, I sent it in the group a couple minutes ago.
Mhm.
Did you see who got pulled out of the game in the 5th inning
Oh yeah,
from his AAA game?
big tall motherfucker from in Washington, James Wood, baby.
Like they were gonna try and say where he was from, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was gonna say like California, which is probably a good guess given baseball, but like from Maryland. Okay, I was fucking way
No,
out.
not the same. Not the same.
Hey, basically a hometown kid.
Actually, yeah, DMV kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
He seems like he's gonna be exciting as hell. He kind of
That trade.
I don't know a ton about him, but he seems like he kind of fits the mold of like an Ellie and a O'Neal.
Dude,
Just like big motherfucker, lots of pop,
that
throws hard,
that
runs
trade
hard.
for the Padres looks so bad now.
Oh yeah.
It looks so bad.
It's him, Gore, and Abrams, right?
And Hassel and Robert Hassel, who's one like another top prospect. Like
It's bad. It's bad.
For-
And they just
for
flipped Soto for essentially what did they get? They got
Cease,
Clay or not? Is it Clay Holmes? Not Clay Holmes.
Michael King.
Michael King.
Yeah, and they also use the pieces from the.
He was one of the guys.
One of the guys they got from the Soto deal to get Cease. So
Lovely. It's a lot. I just thought.
and the Nationals have Dylan Cruz about to come up in a couple months probably. Like God.
I gotta be honest. I can't hear James Wood without thinking of Family Guy.
Oh, you know what? Now that you mention it, I hate that you said
like,
that.
I'm never gonna like unsee it.
Who's his
tough.
Peter Griffin?
I don't know. Who's putting the candies down? Lure him out of here. That's how they got him out of AAA. Oh, it's candy. Candy.
Guys, I think we buried the lead.
We did, but I was gonna say the same thing,
Buried
man.
multiple leads. The biggest reason I am wearing this goddamn sweatshirt. Thank you to Mel. The vibes are back.
The reason why the offense is back, like, the reason for this resurgence, the reason why we can count on this offense staying, is because the jacket's back.
The home run jacket is back and better than ever. Looks beautiful.
And it looks sick.
It looks way
It's
better.
way
Also,
better.
shout out Vladdy for putting his logo all over it.
Oh, dude, it's just plopped everywhere, dude.
He's got the little the triangle thing that's got his like initials in it.
He's the
It's on there
reason.
4 times.
He's the reason we got it back easily.
Oh,
Did
absolutely.
you guys
Easily.
hear
He
the
sponsored
story
it,
about this
bro.
too?
No.
It's been sitting in his locker for ever, apparently.
And they're just like,
That's hilarious.
He's just had it.
and the man, Josh Snyder's just like, no.
There's no way
You
with
know-
Schneider. It had to be like
You know who I think it was?
It was Bo.
I think it was the first guy to wear it. Did you see his interview last night? Like, Bo's normally like pretty mellow and tame and whatever, but he could not give a fuck about that jacket.
I think he genuinely doesn't like the jacket.
he
I think
hates
he
it.
doesn't.
But he's
And-
at
hates it.
but the Jays were at the point that it's like, fuck it, try something.
Well,
See
did
if
you
it
hear?
sticks.
Did you hear the Schneider interview and then his?
I heard
last
a bit of
night?
the Schneider in
So
it.
Schneider just kind of said like something like this can like bring the team together, make them play a little better, maybe like along those lines. And Bo's like, because then they asked Bo after, and Bo's like, well, I don't really think it's gonna like bring the team together or make any difference to the team, but like, yeah, we just had to bring it back essentially.
I mean,
Bo can be a loser sometimes.
He
man.
can
Like,
be,
good
man.
ball player, but just like he's so Connor McDavid coded. It's just like such a boring dude.
wish
Like,
he was
if
just-
he cut his hair, there'd be nothing about that guy that's interesting.
if he was as good as Connor McDavid, I think I'd live
Yeah.
with it. But like,
Yeah.
if he was the Connor McDavid of baseball,
It's just like he's just good at ball, and that's it. He just got
we
no
really
personality.
have Austin Matthews coded, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and
Mm.
Connor McDavid coded in Bo Bichette.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
we got.
but hey,
I don't know. It's tough.
18
I'm
was
here
it?
for it.
18 runs and
18 runs in this
5 home
jacket.
runs in 2 games. I think 4 or 5 because there was 3 tonight.
Was there 3 tonight?
Yeah, it was IKF, Dalton, and Vladdy.
Oh, Right.
And I think Bo hit
only
one.
yes.
Okay, so four
4 homers.
home runs in 2 games. Shit.
That jacket has been worn 4 times in 2 games already.
Right.
That
Like-
fucker's back. Sorry to all the boomers and all the old heads of baseball. That motherfucker is
Ken Reed.
back. Yeah.
Jesus,
Well,
bro.
analytics, I bet. Losers. I'm so here for it. So what's it called? Sid Sixero, another one. Same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Whining about it.
Glad it's back, though.
I'm so
Man.
glad it's back.
It's working so far. I don't think it's the jacket, but
It's
if
only
if
the
they
jacket.
do,
Hey, get on board. It's the jacket.
no, what I'm saying is if they do, that's all that matters.
Yes.
Sure.
If they believe in the jacket.
Hey, if they believe, we believe, Nate.
Yeah.
You know what else we believe in, and we may be in the minority or majority, depending on who you look at on Twitter. The City Connects will be really good.
I think so.
I like the hat.
We got the hat.
I think so.
You know the fucked up part?
Hey, boys, little
Also-
round of applause to us.
Oh yeah, we called that shit. We called
We
the
We
hat.
did.
called the T. That's good for
We
us.
called the
We're
Toronto
halfway there.
flag T.
We're halfway there.
So, but apparently, the jersey is navy with purple and red accents or some shit like that.
I think that could look cool.
I'm very excited.
If the
For the amount of purple that was in the video and like the amount that people were talking up the purple, I think it's more than purple accents. Like I think it's like
black
it
and
just
purple
seems like it's gonna be more purple than
I just
Maybe
think if there
red,
was
but
that
I
much
don't know.
purple, there'd be purple on the hat. There's nothing on the hat.
I feel like I would be more inclined to believe if like
there's been some other ones. I feel like I'm trying to think. Like the
Where is
Brewers. The
this
Brewers.
report coming from since?
where like
What do
about
you
what?
mean?
Like about this purple. Like I know it originally like Avery did the video say with like all the conspiracies. and
conspiracy,
I
but, like-
got that. Has anything come out since that everyone's like, oh, it's gonna be navy and purple? Like
That's what people said.
People have been
Where
saying
did
it
that come
today,
from?
and I need to like
I don't know.
like
I've heard from people about the Navy, and I heard that before it actually got released. But where did the purple come from? Are we just riding with Avery's video now, and we just assume that that's the truth?
a little bit.
I think that's kind of what happened here. I don't know. I think it's going to be nice.
I
See,
think we'll be.
you know what they
mid
should do?
for the for the team.
You know what it is?
Mhm.
I got this right here.
We're doing it again. Here
We're
we
doing
go.
it again.
Lock in.
Here's your clip, Brant.
So it kind of ties into the previous conversation, but you know what else
Okay.
is like a real dark navy that just came back last night?
The jacket.
The jacket.
Make the jacket the motherfucking jersey.
I don't think we're on to something as much as we
that's
were
not
last
great.
week.
I don't know if they
But
can cram.
what-
I don't know if they can cram all those
it's-
countries and the names and the numbers in the back.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I had not that thought process, but I saw the hat and then I saw the jacket on like the next picture on Twitter. I'm like,
Hmm.
kind of a weird coincidence that it got leaked the day after they came back with the jacket, and it's like the same color. I'm like, interesting. I don't know if they're gonna.
I don't think it's
play
gonna
on that.
happen. I don't think
I
it's
don't
gonna
either,
happen. But
It's funny that you say that though, because I had the same similar thought process. I'm like,
um,
interesting.
but you asked or said why isn't there purple in the hat? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the Seattle Mariners went navy with black. Their hat is black. It's not like they went like I don't know. It's like a cross between royal and navy.
Yeah, I guess it's
But I
possible.
believe the hat is black.
But unless we're saying the jersey's gonna be purple, it doesn't really make a ton of sense. Because like if it's purple accents, then the purple accents would probably be on the hat.
Also, the fact that the city skyline is in the inseam of the hat.
Cool. I
Yeah,
really
that's
like
cool.
It's a good touch.
that. Really like that. What day is this jersey getting leaked? Because we know it's a week today that
Oh.
they're supposed to announce the actual jersey.
It's gonna leak before us recording again, which is
I think so, right?
because today's the 23rd. They get revealed on the 30th. I think-
Saturday night.
I'm gonna go Monday afternoon.
You think Monday?
I'm gonna say Monday.
So what? The 30th is what day? That's the Thursday.
Thursday. It's next Thursday.
I'll give it to Tuesday. I think you said Sunday, Nate.
Saturday.
Saturday.
All right, shit.
Man, the hat got out already. The jerseys.
Apparently,
getting
the
out
hat's
soon.
I don't
already
think the
being
jerseys
sold
are
in
far
like
behind.
Mexico.
Mexico. That's where that original thing came from. Also, this is all like could very
Here.
well not be true.
Yeah.
Like,
So
it's just a
grain of
post on
salt to
Reddit
our
from
grain of salt to our
some
listeners.
guy. But like, it's all there. Like the little price tag sticker on the inside straight up says City Connect on it. And it makes sense, but could just be very good Photoshop.
Yeah.
So who knows? This is really hard without the sheet in front of me.
I mean, we haven't talked about any games specifically, but like,
Oh, I missed the Rays series.
I can't even remember a game from that series. Like,
Fantastic. So let's not worry.
I think I missed the race series too.
Yeah,
like, we
together
won.
for it.
The one game that they did win was because Vogelbach had like 3 hits. George had 3 hits. Like, and that was the series where they made the change for Babe in the leadoff.
Was that not the series where we hired Paul Walker as our pitching coach?
Yes.
Hmm.
Man.
Yes. And John Schreiber is our manager.
See, that's why I didn't remember it, because Friday night was Apple TV. Yeah, that's why I didn't remember it.
We got Paul Walker and John Schreiber.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much to go off of in that series, like, other than the fact that John Schneider.
Apple TV sucks.
Apple TV
It's
sucks.
so
Dude,
bad.
Tonight,
Have you guys watched any of them yet?
I watched
this year?
the end at your house there, but
They
I
have
haven't
like probability of a walk, probability of
it's
a
the
hit,
same as last year.
probability of a strikeout.
I haven't watched an Apple TV game in, I think, half a year.
Since it was free. I haven't watched it since it was free.
I watched all of the 2022 ones, I think, but the 2023 ones and 2020 I haven't watched.
Well, 22, I didn't need an account.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Sign in and go. Like now I have to pay for it. I'm not going to do that.
Now you got a like 2-month free trial to shit, and I'm just like, there's no point.
I'm not doing that.
Like,
because I'm going to forget in 2 months, and then I'm going to have to pay for
yeah,
Apple TV,
I'll
just not going to watch.
I'll just do what I did before the broadcast came back tonight. I'll just game day it. Like,
yeah, I listened to it on the radio today. That was
but yeah. They
we kind of glossed over it today, but Dan Schulman did a phenomenal job. All things considered today, like
off of his phone,
on a phone call, trying to delay it by like 7 seconds and crushing it. Like you could hear the ball, and then it's like Dan's just still talking like nothing happened, and then he sees it on the video and goes, line drive to left. I'm like, dude, this guy is the
IKF home run. Oh my god, it was so, dude. I think I showed it to Nate before, but like you can just hear in the background kind of, and that ball stays fair and it's gone. And IKF like he's just stepping in the box.
Flaherty still has the ball on the mound. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good.
Dude, as a guy that usually like listens to the broadcast kind of like low, I turned it up a little bit, and I'm like, what is my computer like?
So I didn't really watch any of the game today.
You know what happened?
Was Buck on with him too?
No,
or
it was
just
Joe.
No, Joe.
It was Joe.
Joe was on it too. Joe's phone was a mess.
But even
they both did a good job.
I think it was the first 3 innings, Brant. It was Jamie Campbell and
I think it was the first
Joseph.
2. Yeah, and it was like Jamie just watching the one angle that we're watching.
Yeah, dude.
And it was just the pitching angle. And there was one point, there's a runner on first, and somebody hit a ground ball. And Jamie goes, well, I don't know what happened there, but judging by the look of Kevin Gosman, I'm assuming it was a double play. It's like, nice. Good. It was like it just dead silence too, and it's just Jamie Campbell every now and then be like, well, here's the pitch. Strike one to
also
like,
no, there was
not
no
sure where that missed, but
no strike zone box like either. It was actually really nice viewing. Like,
I turned it on for like 2 minutes and there was no scoreboard.
Yeah, dude, they didn't.
The bug was gone for most of the game.
The bug wasn't there till like the 6th. Like
I didn't know the score for one point. I missed like half an inning, and I came back. I'm like, I hope it's still 1-0 because I have no idea.
Like, but yeah,
good for all the people involved though, because they did do a decent job of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. We're probably never going to see that again, but it was a lot of fun.
Game 3 in the Rays series. Most importantly, Alec Manoah, is he B-word? Is Alec Manoah B-word?
Oh.
Like
he looks good.
Like it.
He's looking tomorrow. He's pitching tomorrow.
He's pitching like it. He's acting like it. He's just got that swagger back.
I can wear my jersey outside again and feel
good about him right now. It's kind of crazy, which is nuts because that's 5 pretty damn good starters. And I was gonna come on this podcast before yesterday. I walked in there and I'm like, I was looking at Chris Bassett's numbers. I'm like, why aren't we talking more about how bad Chris Bassett's been? And then Chris Bassett goes out yesterday and pitches 7 shut.
Shovey. But yeah,
No.
Okay.
That guy
What's that?
had a parlay. Jays cover the spread, Vlad hit, and Chris Bassett 5Ks.
he got 4.
Motherfucker had 4.
He had 2 through like 6.
He
So
had
he
one
almost got
through
it
like
for you.
5.
He made it work. But Alek Manoah, again, 7 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 7 Ks. He's not
No.
walking people.
That was what I was just about to say. Is the 1 walk thing is huge in back-to-back starts.
Like,
It's pretty
They
good.
they
Pretty good.
talked about it. I think it was on FT I was listening to, and I forget who was on there, but they mentioned in his first start back where he got roughed up a little bit, and I guess Pete Walker went in and talked to him. Either that or it was Kirk or Jano, whoever was catching,
Mhm.
and they mentioned that he was like kind of smiling right after he got roughed up, and it was kind of like a, hey, we knew this was coming, like let's go, or like we were prepared this might happen. Like you saw him last year and he looked lost when
Dejected.
like
Yeah.
which I don't know if I was watching that game and I don't remember seeing it, but that's seems like a good sign if he like
he's
is
smiling.
still in good spirits and like it's like, hey, I'm still that dog. I can get through this. Like that's
It's huge. He needs that swagger and that energy to him to be the starter that he could be, and he looks like he has that back right now. And that's one of the biggest
Yeah.
parts that I've
Yeah.
seen so far. It's great.
Yeah. So then I guess we
we're
can
also
go in.
missing Scooble in this series, so that's huge.
Huge.
And as it's slated, we're supposed to miss Skeens, which sucks to go
That
see.
sucks. That
But
sucks.
I would rather miss Skeens,
Yeah.
Dude,
and it's either Keller or Jones we're missing too.
dude, we can talk about it later. But then we get to the 3 days where I had the most fun. As I have dubbed it, it was the Connor Bowl. It was the White Sox versus Blue Jays. In game 1.
There's another one coming up. So
Yeah. Game 1. I was there, roasted my ass off because I picked shitty seats.
Same.
Ooh.
First
baseline.
First baseline. Oh man. Roasted my
It's hot.
5 hundos right behind the plate.
Oh.
It was
Also-
toasty.
also
Hot.
directly in the sun, all black.
Oof.
Because I was that guy.
I was at home.
Yeah.
But
But
it was air conditioned. Nice.
But that was the first game of the current top 3 that we have with Babe, Jano, and Vladdy. So
And they scored 9 runs. Shocking.
Bo
They changed the order. And
Bo
they
had
scored
4
9
hits.
runs.
Like
Crazy.
Paul DeYoung has 3 more hits in that one game than he did in his entire Blue Jays career at Rogers Center.
Yeah, he had more hits. Yeah, than his
Being-
whole career at the Reds.
being the one
Same
guy,
as his whole time as a Blue Jay, but
yes,
more at Rogers
being
Center.
the one guy in your section that was just dying of laughter as Paul DeYoung hits a home run was kind of satisfying. Because I was like, oh, he's gonna have a good game and then home run. And then I see the ball keep going and going and going. And I'm like, no fucking way. Are you kidding me? And then it just would
Absolute
start
joke.
dying.
Absolute joke. It's
But it didn't mean shit
whatever. It didn't matter.
because
He
Danny
came-
Jansen had 5 RBI. Like,
Dog. 2 doubles and a homer, I think it was. Like, not a big deal.
yeah. And then game 2, we just don't need to talk about. Garrett Crochet is a fucking.
Game 2, I want to talk about a
Garrett
little bit because
Garrett Crochet's a monster.
Garrett
Crochet's a
Crochet
dog.
fucks.
yeah,
Fucks, dude.
like as bad as we were, and like, yeah, it's the White Sox. The White Sox, to their defense, and Connor can attest to this, they've been better lately.
Better. Like
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
500 since they signed Tommy Pham. I think they're a game under 500.
Yeah, they
Like-
swept the Rays, right?
They swept the Rays a bit like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
They beat the Nationals 2 out of 3. They did get swept by the Yankees before playing us, so that
Yeah.
like,
but this is a team that can fuck around and win, and
They can
Garrett
win.
Crochet is a guy that can hum. We
That
did
dude.
look bad. We didn't
was-
do much.
he was perfect through 4 1/3. Like,
Yeah, he can dice, and Michael Kopech's got that in him too. And what was
if
it,
Michael
Previa?
Kopech can, yeah, if Michael Kopech figures out just how to be a consistent like
Man,
Strike
so
thrower. Jesus, he
good.
could be Mason Miller.
So good. Yeah. Well, I don't know if he threw a ball under 100, did he? Maybe one. Like, I don't know.
And they're all
Nuts.
paint.
Yeah. Like, to hear the boos at the end of the game, I'm like, we scored 9 runs yesterday. We scored 7 the day before. I'm like, there was a time to boo this team. I don't know if that was the game.
I don't think granted, it's the White. You lost to the. It's just
It is the White Sox, but you're gonna lose
the White
games
Sox.
to a lot of teams, and like you lost to the best of the White Sox. Like being real here, you lost to the best that we could lose to,
and you shit pumped their second. You shit pumped their second best pitcher in Eric Fetty the day before, and you absolutely shit pumped Nick Nastrini, like in Game 3.
Sorry, man. Sorry, pal.
Yeah, buddy. Like,
it's just
have a nice bus ride back to AAA.
No, he's staying up here. He's staying. They said multiple times on the broadcast. That's not a one-time thing. He's staying up. And you know who he faced? And it's okay, guys. His next start is just Toronto.
Good.
It's on Monday against the Jays.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, they scored 7 runs with 2 outs in that game. 7 runs.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like
crazy. But it's just, I get you can do whatever you want. You paid for your tickets, but like, what are we booing them now? You had the chance for so long when they were dog shit. Now they're kind of on a run where you're like, you know what, this offense is coming around. It's just some things aren't bouncing the right way, and like, yeah, we lost a game to the White Sox, but like, who fucking cares?
If you go, just go.
I'm gonna throw it out there. Toronto sports fans kind of suck.
For sure.
They do.
I would bet that the majority of fans in the ballpark could not tell you who Garrett Crochet is. I think that's kind of the thing. They aren't paying attention to realize that he's throwing 100.
Put it this way. When I was at the game, there was a guy behind me. After Justin Turner lined out, this man started like a Votto chant. And I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like,
some people are stupid. I don't know what to tell you.
That's what I asked.
It is what it is.
Chicago, so that's funnier.
Curious though, did he start it or like was he just doing it himself?
He was by himself.
Right on.
Like,
nice guy, tries hard.
It's the same guy. He also tapped me and asked me if I was from Chicago. So like,
like yeah,
I was sure. Like, no, motherfucker, don't touch me. But
but yeah, they win the next game 9-0 because or 9-1,
9-2,
9-2, 9-0 didn't matter. So yeah, you walk away from that, and I think you feel good for the Blue Jays, despite the fact that you got booed off the field.
You've won 3 of your last 4. You're kind of keep going.
Yeah,
4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5. Well, 3 or 4 after that one, and then they win today to make it 4 or 5.
Yeah,
you're right. Yes.
So I mean, hey, I feel good about the Blue Jays right now. I'm probably in the minority on that. I'm like, I think we look good, and I think if you can keep on this run for this shit run of games,
I don't expect to score 9 runs every game.
No, God,
but
you have the starters that you shouldn't have to. Like,
if you get 6, just 6, like 6.
Sure,
just aim for 6 a game. Like
you could get 5.
You can get
5 a game is probably going to get you wins with this rotation.
Yeah.
Especially against who you're playing coming up.
I mean, clearly, wasn't there like a stat for a long time this year where they didn't win a game if they scored under 5, and if every game they scored over 5 was like I
think it was 4, wasn't it?
It was something like that. Like,
yeah, not good. The other stat that they broke yesterday, I believe it was
before the game, they had no home runs from the cleanup spot.
No home runs from the cleanup.
And Bo Bichette immediately changed that shit in the second inning.
You, Bo Bichette and the jacket.
Like.
Apparently, we don't have a homer from the leadoff spot. I saw it today. I don't know if that's true because George has homers.
Yeah,
definitely not.
That's definitely not true. Like, we don't have a leadoff home run to start that game.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Which is a less kind of.
Yeah, I don't know. I just saw that on Twitter, but now that I'm saying it, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like George has like 3 home runs this year, and he's pretty much hit leadoff the entire year. Like,
yeah, I don't think there's been before the last week. I don't think there's been a game where he hasn't. Yeah. Do we have anything else on there?
I don't think so.
Jays wise, no. I mean, we talked about the Vlad and Bo stuff. So like, it's So
I did want to ask if I was listening to Baseball is Dead from like last week today, and they were doing like a listener questions thing, and I just kind of got onto this question. But if you could grab one player from the league right now that you think would help the Jays the most, doesn't matter, doesn't have to be a tradable asset, like something we can attainably get. Like if there was one guy in the league right now that you think would help this team the most, who is it? 1 year.
Does he have to stay at his position he's
I was
playing
gonna say,
currently?
He has to be able to play the position. Like he can't take like Pete Alonso and put him in left field or something like that.
Personally, I'm taking Bobby Witt Jr., I think.
Okay.
Stick him at like third.
Third or second.
Yeah.
Juan Soto also right there.
I mean, yeah, we imagine if we had that.
Wouldn't mind a Mason Miller, if I'm being honest.
Okay. Before Connor answers this, because we brought him up a few times, and I also heard this. I think it was Jay Hay said it. Do you know where Mason Miller, a reliever, ranks in most pitches thrown over 100 miles an hour this year among professional pitchers?
Second.
Yeah, behind Skeens.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's insane. He doesn't throw anything under 100. It's nuts, but neither does Skeens. That's even more crazy.
Nutty. But anyways.
That's a guy I think we could use.
But I don't think it makes a big enough impact every day.
Yeah.
No.
The lineup's got to bang a bit more for me to get to that point.
Yeah, I'm not going far.
You add a Bobby Witt or a Juan Soto, and I think Gunnar Henderson's another one.
I was fucking thank you. That's my answer. Just stick Gunnar at the top of your lineup right now.
Yeah. Put him at third base.
Like
yeah.
The reason I like Witt the most, and he'd be my number one, I think, because he brings more speed than you're gonna find from other guys.
Yeah.
And I think that's a dynamic we have a little bit of, but not as much as I would like.
Does Witt have like the pop that any of these other guys are gonna have?
Oh yeah.
Like I know he can hit homers, but like is he a guy that you're like, that's a guy that's gonna hit homers?
If anything, he just lines the shit out of the baseball and they go far.
But we have that. We just need guys that can hit homers. We need damage. How are any of these guys with runners in scoring position? That's the only thing that matters at this point.
Hunter Henderson is like got 17 home runs and like 40 RBIs. He's fine.
That's our guy. I know Gunnar does. We just need that.
Do you guys want to take a guess at Bobby Witt's home runs the past 2 years?
I think I know in his rookie. Was last year his rookie year or his second? No, this is his third year. But he had like 30 last year, didn't he?
He had 30 last year with 49 swipes. He had 20 the year before with 30 swipes. 2 years ago, he drove an 80. Last year, he drove a 96. Keep in mind, that is 96 on the fucking Royals last year that were terrible.
Yeah, I like it. I'm not disagreeing with your picking by any means. I think it's a good spot. Where do you position?
Also keep in mind, he's hitting in Kansas City. That is a massive ballpark.
Where do you put him? Do you move Bo?
I really don't care. I don't care.
You put anyone anywhere.
One of them is playing second, third, or short, and the other one's playing
the other spot.
Yeah. That's why I asked if you can move positions. I think both of them.
Yeah.
If you're bringing in Bobby Witt, I don't think either of them are going to care where they play. Like.
No. Yeah, you're right. Fair enough.
Okay, there is a player that I just quickly would like to bring up for a couple reasons, because I think A, I'd like him on the team just because of me, and two, he is going through the weirdest fucking stretch in baseball right now. Ketel Marte.
Okay.
No, thank you.
No, but what I'm saying is he is on a 21 game hit streak.
Okay.
In that time,
21 hits?
His batting average.
No, he's got 22, I think.
His batting average has dropped from 321 to 291.
How many hits does he have?
Like 22. Literally, he has one multi-hit game or two.
He's 25 hits.
Oh.
Okay.
Like his average has dropped 30 points.
It's kind of crazy.
Like, but yeah, I'd like him. Switch hitter, also nice vibes, fucking color. Like, he's vibes.
Yeah, he does fit the team a little bit.
He does fit the current vibes.
But I mean, if you're given the
like
choice
him, but
anybody,
if I'm taking anyone, he's not him.
Ketel Marte.
Yeah, Ketel Marte was like a trade piece that everyone was like, you could get him like 2 years ago. Like,
yeah, it's no longer.
Not anymore. Ooh, shit! I was trying to segue here, and I don't know how am I going to do this.
Nice.
We
You want
kind
to talk
of
about schemes?
Did we talk about the loo?
the toilet.
Oh, hold on. We didn't talk about the White Sox enough.
I'm
Are
fine.
they in last?
Oh yeah, we got to get there.
Yeah, they are.
They are.
They are by.
Ah!
They are by a game.
We're ahead of the A's.
Oh, we are? Ah!
Hey! Fucking no, man.
Hey, don't call it a comeback.
Yeah, but
What are we,
yeah.
3 games back?
Eloy Jimenez got injured in game 2, and he's gonna miss a significant amount of time.
That's such an Eloy move. How many
was
times
running
have I
home.
said this?
It was running
Fucking
home,
Band-Aid.
man.
Band-Aid.
Yes.
The definition of a Band-Aid.
But dude, the outfield combo of Tommy Pham, Gavin Sheets, and Corey Julks.
Where did Corey Julks come from?
He was on the Astros.
Yeah, I was gonna say Houston, right?
Was he?
Yeah, but he got traded. I think 2 weeks ago to the week and a half ago to the White Sox. So
no idea. I remember hearing the name, and that's it.
Yeah, they're doing well. They DFA'd Brad Keller, so that's
nice.
Luis Robert. He's played a game in like the complex. First swing, first bomb.
Oh, is he hurt? I didn't even really take that in. The fact that he wasn't in the lineup.
Dude, he's been gone for like a month and a half.
Fair enough.
Him and Moncada both went out at like
I knew Moncada
like a
was
week.
gone.
They've been out. They went out together like a week apart. Like
interesting. I feel like I knew that too, and it's just I didn't even take that in when we.
And all of the injuries were running. They're all running injuries.
All out of shape, dudes. Fantastic.
But yeah, I guess you can go to the loo.
Okay.
Didn't we talk about it briefly?
No.
They just came out.
They came out like the leak
The
came
Toronto
out. I don't think we talked about them. I don't know.
Per John Morosi 18 minutes ago, the Toronto Blue Jays and Tigers didn't have the use of replays or dugout iPads for most of Thursday's game.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
I don't think it. Oh, I guess we wouldn't know, but it didn't look like it mattered on any play.
No.
Maybe the throw home that Bo slid in,
or the.
Also, per Morosi, he must have been just watching the Jays game tonight because he's been on a heater of Jays.
Likes to think he's like the national,
Jays
like
guy.
the USA Jays guy.
Since their May 8th team meeting before the Philly game, they have boosted their runs per game from 3.6 to 4.8.
It was 4.6 before the game, so
waving them in. Carlos Fables.
Fables is so fun.
I fucking love Fables.
He like sprints down the line. It's great. I love watching him do his job. Yeah, he's fun, man.
Those fucking wide-eyed.
Yeah,
we did talk about the loo briefly because they were leaked.
No, I don't think
we talked about it on the podcast.
I don't think we talked about it on the pod.
Didn't?
No,
they're the same as the Reds they had. It's stupid. It shouldn't be a thing.
Also, their hat, like their arm logo, looks way better than like anything they could have did.
Did you hear Mason win?
Man, I love Mason Wynn. Because someone asked, because he got asked about it, and he's like, "It's a City Connect for sure. I'll say that." Like, it's a fucking
It's the
the
same
thing
jersey.
is,
It's got two Cardinals.
I like it, but dude, it's for a City Connect. Just a little bit. Just try a little bit. Like
it's bad.
Like at least Cleveland, while Cleveland
cool
kind of looks
city.
like an alternate, they did more shit than just like make it. They tried at least to zhuzh it up a bit. But this is just your alternate with a fucking the toilet on your goddamn chest.
It's
like
good, man. It is not good.
Can we take a turn here and talk about the Red Sox for a second?
Oh, the fact they're good.
Specifically, so an ex-Red Sox.
Mookie Betts?
No.
Ex-Red Sox. Is he like notable?
Austin Maddox.
Fuck that guy. We are taking a very strong turn here. Jesus.
Why? Why do you want to talk about
it? Why do you want to talk about it?
Like, what the fuck? I don't know.
Okay, I'll try.
I've never even heard of him.
You know what?
But like,
I'm gonna try and make this like.
This is the only reason you're ever gonna hear about this guy.
Yes, I'm gonna try and do this without like trigger warning for potential anything here. Austin Maddox, who is a 33-year-old Red Sox player and MAGA supporter, okay, was arrested for allegedly soliciting from an undercover agent pretending to be a 14-year-old girl. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on that one. Fuck you, buddy.
Send him to the prison with Wander Franco.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just I don't know, man. Tough.
under the jail. Under the jail. I don't know how to segue out of that. To speak. Okay, I guess we can just segue to criminals.
Yeah, let's segue it. Let's segue to criminals.
David Fletcher is now
shit.
David Fletcher.
LA Angel, the California Angels of Anaheim, Los Angeles have an illegal gambling ring. This is like
know when to fold them, know when to walk away.
You better count your money when you're playing for the Angels.
So yes,
yeah, it's bad.
This is something is going on, and there's gonna be something looked into. Like David Fletcher arrested, was he?
Let's see.
Being investigated is what it says here.
He currently bet on sports
betting
with
on
the
sports with the exact same bookie.
Guy is Ipe. Yeah, the same bookie as Ipe.
He also was apparently Shohei's best friend on the Dodgers.
Yeah, Shohei's innocent, man. I just don't know. I don't know if I think Shohei's involved at all, but I just think it's hilarious that
everything
all
around
of this
it
keeps coming.
If there's another Angels player,
with that. This whole argument that people have come up with after Ipe got arrested was just like, see, the FBI went and found nothing. You're telling me the FBI also didn't find out about David Fletcher in that investigation? And I'm supposed to trust that they also looked in to see if Shohei was doing anything else? Like, they didn't look for Shohei, they were looking for Ipe. And they found that. Like, I don't know if they were even fucking looking at Shohei at that point. Like, yeah, he wasn't involved in the bets that Ipe made. Probably not. It doesn't mean he didn't do anything. I find it hard to believe that he didn't know about this. No, it's not implementing him on doing anything or being a part of the gambling ring or doing any of that, but he was definitely complicit. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't think anything less of him. Like it is what it is. Like fucking sports betting. Who cares? I think a little bit less of David Fletcher, especially if he's betting on baseball. But
man, that knuckleball though.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, but
it's a tough one.
David Fletcher signed You guys remember when David Fletcher signed a 5-year, $25 million deal?
Did he?
No.
After his one good year with the Angels, he signed that deal.
Isn't his brother on your team?
Dominic?
Yeah.
Are they related?
He was playing. I don't know if they're brothers. I think they are.
They fucking
might be
cousins.
Didn't they both play for Team Italy?
Shit, they might have. Fucking yes.
I'm pretty sure they're brothers.
He's the brother of David Fletcher.
Yeah.
He's gone next.
Have an eye.
Yeah, he gone.
No, because where did he play last year? He was in
Arizona.
You can legally bet in Arizona, I think. So you wouldn't need the bookie. Can you bet on football if you're a baseball player?
I think that's
bet on baseball, right?
I think that's the most sports rules is you have to
bookies
go to a legal site.
The difference is bookies allow you to bet on credit.
Yeah. You got to obviously go through the legal channel, the legal proper ways of doing it, and you can't bet on baseball or your sport.
Do we want to talk about another guy that's kind of been blackballed like those last two?
Probably were try and make a gambling reference, but he never did anything gambling related. So
Barry Bonds is going into the Hall of Fame.
He's a Hall of Famer, Brant.
What?
Barry Bonds is a Hall of Famer.
What part of his equipment? Or something?
No, Barry Bonds, the man.
Him and Jim Leland.
Yeah,
same class.
What's the catch?
The Hall of Fame's only in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's the Pittsburgh Pirates Hall of Fame.
See, that's what I was waiting for.
I understand how Bonds isn't in yet. Sure, how was Jim Leland not in Pittsburgh's Hall of Fame? I don't know his stats, but
honestly, Pittsburgh's Hall of Fame is all old guys.
McCutchen when he retires is gonna be by far the youngest guy.
Yeah,
Like,
I think everybody on the thing is dead. If I'm not wrong.
well,
No.
like just
Who was did they did the induction or the thing? You were at it, weren't you?
I was there, and that's
yeah,
why
and they
I'm
were
Wasn't Willie
pretty sure they were all
Stargell?
dead. Is he alive?
Somebody came out and did not look good. Like
No.
there were a few of
They're
them over
all
there.
ancients. That's all I remember from that. Is like I knew
Willie
like 3
Stargell
names.
died
The
in
rest of
2001.
this guy. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Then who am I
I'm pretty
thinking?
sure they're Clemente's dead.
Who is the right fielder?
Dave Parker?
Yeah.
Parker's
Sorry.
alive.
It was Parker that I was thinking of.
Dave
Parker's
Parker,
alive.
yeah. Dave Parker's 72. Jesus.
Old. They're they haven't added anyone in a while. So that's
But yeah, Barry Bonds' career with the Pirates from 86 to 92. He's the only two-time MVP in Pirates history. He was MVP runner-up in 91, won 3 Gold Gloves and 2 Silver Sluggers. He was only a 2-time All-Star with the Pirates. Okay.
yeah, he wasn't very
led the NL in OPS in 1990, 91, and 92. Led the NL in OBP in 91 and 92. Ranks 5th all-time in Pirates home runs with 176 behind Willie Stargell, Ralph Kiner, Roberto Clemente, and Andrew McCutchen. And ranked 6th all-time in the Pirates all-time stolen base with 251.
Is he getting a statue?
I doubt it off of that.
I doubt it.
They all have statues there. Like
He
there's
might.
a ton of statues in Pittsburgh. It's super cool.
Wouldn't surprise me.
That would be a reason I would happily go back if he gets a statue.
Yeah, I'd go with you.
Mm-hmm.
Connor, can you pull up Jim Leland's stats with Pittsburgh? Because I don't know how long he was there, but like Jim Leland's one of the best to ever do it.
Like
I think
managerial
Jim
or
Leland
playing?
as a Tiger coach.
Yeah,
let's see.
his World Series was what he has at least one with the Marlins, if not 2.
Leland was there for 11 years.
What was his winning percentage? Like they were good during the time.
His winning percentage was 496. It was 500.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, he had between 1990 and 1992, they had 95, 98, and 96 wins. And so
they had a little run.
Little run. But
okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of Pittsburgh, because we didn't get to talk about Paul Skeens yet. And
oh yeah,
his
last 2 starts.
Yeah, yanked in a no-hitter.
Yeah.
And then he did such a.
Was that today?
That was 5
No,
days
that
ago.
was last week.
Yeah.
Today's
start.
Today,
he
very
went 6
disappointing.
innings, 3
Only
Ks.
2 Ks.
It was
3
2 or 3
Ks?
Ks. It was 3 Ks. But the Pirates blew the goddamn lead. It was 6. He left. It was like 6-1 in like the 8th inning. No, it was 5. It was 5-1 in the. It was 5-1 in the 8th inning, and then no, 6-2.
No, it was 6-1.
It was 6-1 or 6-2. And then I remember Matt Chapman, who's hitting now. He's hitting now. He's batting 250. He's got a mid-7s OPS and he has 8 home runs. He hit a 3-run shot today.
He's got a 2-point-something WAR too. I think it's like 2.2.
Yeah,
we don't need to talk about him.
18 million would look really good at that fucking hot corner.
He didn't hit a triple today. IKF did. So
that's all I'm saying. Like, but yeah.
What are your guys' thoughts on him getting pulled with a no-hitter?
He was at 102 pitches or something like that.
Through 6.
That's like that's the thing.
This is the time I understand it.
He's a strikeout guy. He's gonna get a lot. He's gonna run up the pitch count.
Yeah,
like
I don't love pulling guys in no hitters, but this one makes sense.
If he's 3 years into his career or even 2, sure, let him go out again. See if he has another quick inning. Ride it.
For sure.
You can't afford to with this asset right now. I don't think.
No,
it's too bad.
He's gonna blow out his arm eventually. Like,
unfortunately, that's just
that's gonna happen.
The way the game goes.
Collision course. So you might as well save as many bullets as you can, and like especially in a year that I don't think the Pirates are gonna matter. There's no sense in spending Paul Skeens on a meaningless no hitter.
No.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you'd win his starts.
Yeah,
like
that's tough. I didn't know that. That's bad.
Yeah, they blew. Dude, I think they gave up 7 in the.
Did Bednar blow it?
It was they didn't even get to Bednar at that point. Who was it? I don't even remember. It was some shitter because as soon as Matt Chapman hit the home run, Soler hits a double, and then they drive in another guy. The next guy drives Soler in, and it was just like, all right, 7-6 game. Like, and
I know Bednar's been bad too, so that's tough.
Well, we can actually speak of the Giants. We talked about it last week. Grandson of the Wind, Jung Hoo Lee, Just he crashed in the wall, like dislocated his shoulder, but he's going for surgery and it's done for the season.
That's tough.
So
It's tough.
That's tough.
That puts a
Tough
dent
bounce.
in San Fran's playoff hopes, I'd say.
Tough bounce. Like,
Do they have playoff hopes? If we're being
yeah,
I think they did going into the
they
year.
did. Especially, I mean, why are all the ex Blue Jays just good now over there? Fucking
honest, who else do they have?
Jordan Hicks.
Oh, Jordan Hicks.
He's a really good starter. Like,
You're right. Yeah,
really
you're
good starter now. Like,
Yeah, well,
just, it sucks for them.
I don't know. I never thought they were good enough to have like big playoff hopes.
No, they're like probably the fourth place team in that division, depending on how you
It's-
like the
division's
Padres.
too good.
And speaking of the Padres, Xander Bogaerts fractured his left shoulder, and he will be out for a good bit of time. So,
Is that bad news for them this year, though?
I mean, if anything, all that does now is make your infield a little less crowded because apparently they're putting Cronenworth back at second and sticking Arise at first. So
I'm pretty sure he was the only leadoff hitter that had a lower OPS than Springer at one point.
why has he been leadoff?
I don't know. I could be misremembering that.
No, I think he was
some
batting
stat
leadoff.
where
He
batting
was for a
leadoff
bit, I think.
before Arise. I think he was batting leadoff. Like,
yeah, it's
so
bad. So I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if that's bad news.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it sucks. You never wish injury on anyone, but
Yeah.
It's
Let me
bad
see if
news.
there's
I don't know if you're too pissed off if you're the Padres.
anything we're missing.
I got something fun I want to do here because I heard they talked about a specific player on the radio on my way home with an insane amount of triples in a season. So I was like, let's look up top offensive stats in a season and let's see. I want to see if you guys can guess them.
Okay. Joe Mauer for singles.
No.
Okay.
Do you know who the all-time single season hit leader is?
I would guess.
Ichiro?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was.
Do you know how many?
It's like
270 something.
Jesus, was it that many?
262.
It was like 2002, 2001. Like,
I think it was MVP year, wasn't it? Or
yeah.
I just exited it out.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
Can you guess most singles in a year?
So
Actually, I need to look that up because
I'm gonna say Ichiro again because I don't know. If
Yes.
I mean, the law of averages says Ichiro or like a Tony Gwynn. Like,
yeah, it's Ichiro.
okay.
Does Joey Gallo have the least singles in a year for a
It
qualifying?
might be Kyle Schwarber actually.
Maybe
Remember a couple years ago, Kyle Schwarber had like 40 singles and 45 home runs.
there was same with or same with Joey Gallo though.
Ichiro, both of these are 04. His rookie year, I believe. Can you guess how many? How many singles? He had 262 hits.
144.
157.
225.
Yeah, I thought I might be way low. That's fact.
Can you name the other player who is tied for 14th with 184 hits, also in 2004?
Oh,
Derek Jeter.
A-Rod?
No.
Oh.
Mr. Juan
Pierre.
Pierre.
Really?
Juan Pierre.
That's wild to me. Okay. You guys want to guess at doubles?
Freddie Freeman.
So can you guess how many first? Because Freddie Freeman is the highest player you will have heard of.
Okay.
Okay.
He's
With
What did Freddie
59 in 2023. He is seventh. But
I'm gonna say
shout out one spot behind him, Nick Castellanos, 58 in 2019.
he had that 1 year, yeah. where
Yeah.
he, hit the shit of the ball. I'm gonna say 66.
72.
67 by Earl Webb in 1931.
Okay.
Oh, my boy Webby.
This is the one that I heard. Triples. Can you guess how many triples in a season?
22.
22 would be tied for 33rd.
You fucking excuse me?
33rd?
No, this
Yeah.
record's got to be set in like 1920 when they're still using polo grounds.
1867, man.
Like it was using some polo
1912.
grounds. It was some polo
Oh,
grounds.
everybody was at war.
and in the Polo
Oh
Grounds.
my god! So nobody was even
So-
playing that
so if he was
mattered.
30
Everybody
Guess
was
how
okay.
many?
fighting
Guess how
World War
many?
II.
56.
No, it's not that high.
Okay. 42.
41.
36 by noted actor Owen Wilson in 1912.
Jesus. Wow.
Wow.
Okay, but anyways, the one that I heard today in 2007, tied for 22nd with 23. Curtis Granderson, 23 triples in a season.
Wasn't he on the Tigers at that point? I guess
Yeah.
that actually like just
Yeah,
nothing.
that was nutty. That's what made me think of this whole thing. Hey, do you guys know who has the most home runs in a season?
Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Does it have to count? Because didn't they asterisk that one?
I think they asterisk all of them.
Isn't, yeah.
Here's a
second? Mark
fun
McGwire.
one that's gonna piss you guys off.
Okay.
Who has the most stolen bases in a season?
Ricky Henderson, 135.
No,
130.
it's not.
He has 130.
It was Ricky.
There's someone ahead of him.
He's in second.
Yeah, there's somebody ahead of him.
Okay, so it's not.
It's like not a. It's not a name that you'd know either. It's
Stump
like
Merrill.
someone from like 1912.
1887, actually.
Oh, shut up. All right, I'm not even gonna.
I remember looking that up because I wanted to. I wanted
138. Hugh Nickel. Here's another fun one.
Dude, the craziest part about that too, though, is like it's not a 162 game season in 1887 or whatever
No.
it is. Like you stole 138 bags in probably like a 90 game season. It's crazy.
That's nuts. Single season hit by pitch record.
Anthony Rizzo.
Craig Biggio.
No.
Ty France.
Ty France is tied for 9th with Craig Biggio.
Okay. Is it
Um,
someone we're gonna know?
No, it's in 1896.
Jesus.
Can you guess how many though?
36.
No. That would be
Higher?
7th. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Someone was just getting beamed.
Jesus. This poor man. 48.
No.
Are we 56?
You're lower.
Oh, okay.
Lower than me? Okay.
45.
Or no, sorry. You were your guess was lower.
Oh, it's
It's
more than
higher.
48?
It's 50,
Yes.
57.
No, lower.
Okay.
It's
52.
51.
Dude.
Shout out to
Imagine getting hit
Huey.
fi-
Shout out to
Lewis
Huey
Myers.
Jennings in 1896 with 51 hit by pitches.
Huey Huge Hog Jennings. Like
Do you want to just talk about Mr. Huey Jennings for half a second here? So
Okay.
he went on a run from 1895 to 1898. 1895 tied for 13th all time with 32.
Oh my god.
96, 51.
that's
90, 97, and 98. He's tied for third with
Oh, no.
46.
Dude, did this guy just stand on the plate?
so real shit. Dude, he probably went.
3 years in a row.
Holy fuck.
No, they probably didn't fucking call goddamn. He just stuck his elbow.
Leaning into
He
it?
just stuck his elbow up and leaned into the shit.
So
He's the reason they created that rule.
number 2 is pretty impressive because he definitely had that rule because it was in 1971.
Oh.
He has got hit by a pitch 50 times. Mr. Ron Hunt.
Huh.
He's a
50
raging hunt.
hit by pitches.
Damn. He's getting hunted out there.
Okay, last one we're doing here, boys. Single season RBIs.
I'm gonna say it's like 211.
You are high.
It's like 156, isn't it, or some shit?
Well, that'd be 29th all time.
189.
Ooh, you're real close.
185.
No, your guess too low. That's number 2.
190.
191 by Hack Wilson.
Hack.
Why is it just with Wilsons? Like,
I don't
Why
know.
they call it? Fuck, the Wilson family got around, man.
Okay,
wow.
get this one though. Number 14 is the most modern. 1999.
For RBI.
165 RBIs. No.
Jeff Kent.
No.
This is a random one. I said that. It's not Barry.
Is it a name? It's not a name. We're gonna guess.
Oh, it is. You're
It
gonna
is?
think of him in the AL East,
99.
winning. Yeah,
Okay.
165 RBIs.
That's wild.
Damn.
Let's see how far down the highest player that's
Like
still active is.
active player, probably like.
Matt Olson tied for 115.
Oh yeah, because he had
with
like
139.
Yeah, he had 130 last year. Yeah, that was last year. He had 54 bombs and like.
Good for him.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I had fun with that.
Yeah, thanks to Owen and
That was
Hack and Stump.
educational.
Yeah,
Stump was a Wilson too.
I know he's Stump Merrill, but like
Oh.
they're all Wilsons.
All
Can you imagine
the
getting
Wilsons.
hit 51 times?
And then getting
Like-
hit 48 or whatever it was twice.
46 twice.
Oh my
And
god.
then the season before the 51 was like 38.
That
That's
dude,
nuts.
that dude eats balls for a living. He only played 4 seasons because he got smoked way too many times.
It's that he eats balls for a living. Oh man! All right.
Do you guys we got to pull up his baseball reference page here because now I'm curious.
Oh god.
I want to know how many times he got hit total.
Shout out to this guy for posting a 42.3 WAR with 18 career home runs.
Holy shit!
Huey
Hit by
Jennings.
pitches give you some war, man. What position did this guy play?
Let's find out. I gotta scroll over here.
Huey. Guy's name is Huey.
Short third first, short second first.
So the guy gets.
Yeah, and then he played the outfield in this last year.
Oh, good for him. So a bit of a utility guy.
He's the all-time leader in hit by pitches.
No
He-
shit.
If he's not, oh yeah,
He led the league 5 years in a row.
fucking threw me off.
27,
What is
32,
wrong with
51,
this?
46, 46.
What is wrong with this guy?
Okay, you guys want to guess his all-time? He played 18 major league seasons. He took a break from 1903 to 1907, then skipped 98 or 08. He skipped 1911, and then he just said, fuck it after 1912, and he's like, I'm coming back in 1918 for one game.
How many? Oh, and he got hit 3 times.
This is so this guy's career is fucking wild. 1903 was the kind of end of his career. He played 6 games. 1907, he played 1 game. 1909, he played 2 games. 1910, he played 1 game. 1912, he played 1 game. 1918, he played 1 game at 49. This motherfucker hit 500 with 1,000 OPS in 1909 in 2 games.
How many hit by pitches though?
Oh, give me a sec. None in any of those years.
No, eh? Damn.
In his 6-game 1903 season, he was hit by a pitch once. 287 times in his career.
Fuck me. That guy is in shambles. How do you think
it helped him to a 391 on base percentage?
How do you think he was feeling when he turned like 70?
I don't know, man.
Like, that guy had to be sitting there just aching. That's brutal.
That's wild.
Fun stuff.
Shout out to
That's
Huey
good.
Jennings.
Shout out to Huey Jennings.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie Jennings. Fucking
Yeah,
goofy.
that's good. Well, I think we're done, no? Unless I don't have the list. I don't know.
No, we're done.
Oh, we're done.
Okay.
We were gonna be done, and then Nate's fucking
They got
Huey,
us going. That was
Huey,
fun.
Dewey,
I'm
and Louie
glad
Wilson.
I know more about
You-
Huey Lewis.
Bro, you guys didn't want to know about Huey Jennings. Is that what you're trying to tell me right now?
I did. Now I do. I kind of know what his stance looked like. Like, how is this guy setting up in the box? He has to be like on the plate.
My brother. Just
Just
let
like
it.
leaned over.
Just let it go.
I want to know. Nah. Well, you got to end it because I don't have the abilities anymore.
Well,
Thank you
yeah,
for
you-
listening.
And wrap it up, motherfucker.
We appreciate you if you made it this far. I'm glad you got to learn about Huey Lewis in the news, or what? Huey Jennings.
Huey
with us?
Jennings.
Huey Davis and the fucking Temptations and the 5 Heartbeats. Like,
yeah, I'm glad you guys are here for that moment. That was great.
glad you got to experience.
Go tell your friends about Huey Jennings.
All the stats when it was just white guys playing.
His 257 bruises he has. That's fucking crazy. We'll catch you next week. Everything's linked down below.
Peace.
Cheers.